Here's how you would plan it out if you're paid weekly. First, you need to make your monthly overview like always. Put your monthly income up here, your debts and all your bills, anything with a due date for fixed expenses, grocery gas fund money for variables, and then your leftover would go to your sinking funds, which is your longer term savings accounts. Then you would go through on your calendar and you write the day that you're paid. So if you're paid weekly, obviously you would number out the calendar and then you would write your paycheck every day that you're paid along with the amount. So let's say every Friday you're paid $1,000. So we would write that on every single Friday, and then you would go through and assign every one of your paychecks a color. So let's do that now. Let's say we want to do this one green, blue, yellow, pink, and red. And then we're going to go through and we're going to write out all your bills on the dates that they're due along with the amounts. So obviously I'm just using these numbers as an example, but you will go through and you will highlight all the bills that need to be paid with each check. So if you're paid this Friday, all of these bills here, anything until the next check will need to be paid with that check, so on and so forth. So you would go through and highlight any of the bills. That way you can see at a glance which check is paying for which bills. When you're done with that, you can total up the bills for each check and make sure that your check is going to be enough to cover all the bills that week. If it is not, you will need to make a note that you need to save some money from a previous check to be able to bridge the gap. So for instance, on this green check here is $1,000, but you have maybe rent due right here, which is $1,200, and then another bill for $50. You're automatically over your paycheck limit, so you know that the prior check, you need to save a little bit so that you can make up the difference and not go into the negative. Then when you're paid, you'll go to the paycheck budget. You will write the date of your paycheck here and the total income of your paycheck here. You'll go reference the calendar and say, okay, I have maybe all of these bills due this check. So you would come and write that here. You get your leftover, you take out your variable expenses like grocery and gas, and then with anything left over, you can contribute to your sinking funds here, like your emergency fund or your new car or whatever you're saving for. I hope that helps. Go grab a calendar, whether it's mine or just a random generic calendar, and start practicing and planning it out and see how it falls and see if that helps you out. Let me know if you have any questions. You got this.